Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Hungry Bleak presents Comics and Culture News. I am Antonio Palmares, aka The Hungry Bleak, and I am joined by my special guest host, acclaimed writer and editor of BlackSciFi.com. You know him from such comics as Route 3. Oh my God, that really great Green Lantern story that you always wrote. Thank you so very much for that. I truly enjoyed that. Video game writer also. I'm hoping somebody gets him to do anime. Come on, Crunchyroll. Come on. I see y'all out there. This is Robert Jeffries.
Hey, everybody. Everybody. I was going to say, technically, Phantom Galaxy's anime.
I'm talking about, I need like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Hour and a half. You know what? Let's just do like a 12 episode series. I mean, I'm just saying, I need more.
That would be, I appreciate that. That would be awesome. That would be pretty svelte.
I mean,
as the kids say.
I mean,
no kids say that.
I don't know what the kids are saying now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It slaps. That
slaps.
Doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. That sounds harsh coming out of my mouth. So I'm just not even gonna bother.
Just burn this podcast down.
I'm saying, like, Will Ferrell needed more cowbell. I need more Robert Jeffrey in anime.
I appreciate that.
I'm just saying. So we've got some great news topics to start with. Mm-hmm. Are you ready, Robert?
Yeah, ready to go.
All right, let's jump into it, sir. So the Glyph Awards were held this past Friday, and also we actually got the Eisner Award nominees. Congratulations to everyone wherever you were nominated. The award winners for Glyphs are always a beautiful thing. I love seeing everyone who gets nominated. They're really cool, and I'm always like looking to see, did I read that? Is that one that I know? Did I get that? Which is always cool to me. And if it's a book I don't know and I see some of the cover art, check it out, and I see what it's nominated for, I go, looks awesome, great, I love it. Eisner is always like, that's like, been going on for eons, it feels like. Just one of those big awards that are held, and they're always within a close amount of time. I want to say too, the Glyphs and the Eisners. This is like comics, like award season.
It's like summertime, convention, summertime, comic book award season. So
yeah, which is great. So I mean, congratulations to everyone. I love it. Definitely when you have your name up on something, make sure that you put Glyph Award winner, Glyph Award nominee, Eisner winner, Eisner nominee. It's awesome. I love that. Congratulations to y'all. Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely be proud of your any contribution that as a creator you can have included on either one of those lists. So I was proud of everybody that was, at least that we know. I'm proud in general, but as a creator, it's always good to see, your friends' names up there, and at least colleagues, especially for the Glyphs, for the Glyph Comic Award. So,
exactly. And you're going to be telling us, since it's in that same realm of comic books and collectors, you're going to be telling us about this little treat here.
Yeah. You want to run it first, or I can just kind of jump into it?
You know what? I'll actually run it then. Yeah. Let's run this.
Okay, cool.
For y'all. So this is the trailer that I'm going to be showing you for Collections in Black. This is beautiful. I love the look of this. So I'm going to let y'all just peep this out. Let's see what we got.
Cool.
I think this documentary, if we could capture what's going on right now, it'll be like going in the past and getting the Harlem Renaissance, capturing that on film in the beginning.
What's important about this film is you are documenting exactly all aspects of how that is affecting this industry. Start talking about, the whole collection process. You're talking about fans, you're talking about collectors, you're talking about investors, you're talking about the producers, the workers. What you're capturing here is going to be important years after we're gone, because I think your film is going to show a side of this that nobody ever thought about. And it's taken all this long to actually put this level of commitment into what you're trying to show. People are going to be shocked. Oh, there's that many Black people that are into this, and they spend this, and this business is this big. I'm honored to be a part of it. Larry's honored to be a part of it. This is gonna be
What I was doing is whatever I worked on, I added black characters into the. I'd stick them in the background. That's how I started doing all the crowd scenes. I'm gonna have somebody black in this somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my first time seeing it.
Yeah. So this is for me, this is a pleasant surprise. I was on my Instagram feed and I saw this trailer pop up for a couple of creators that I follow. Sebastian from Stranger Comics and Newton from Crescent
Dream Fury Comics.
Dream Fury Comics. I was about to start naming titles, but yeah, titles.
That's okay too.
Yeah. Either way, you can find them online by the titles. But yeah, Dream Fury. And when I watched it, I was hyped, because you see so many documentaries done on pop culture, and I think the only one that's been released that focuses on Black comic book culture, and at least like within the mainstream, has been the Milestone one that we got. Yeah, and I think there've been like a couple, but as far as like Black indie comics, there probably are other ones in this space. Just being honest, that I don't know about. And but when I saw this, I'm like, I want more of this. This makes me want to go and find other documentaries and just kind of other, to see if we have this. But as far as with this specifically, Collections in Black, it's featuring or focusing on the creators who actually bring these stories to life within indie and mainstream. Because one of the guys that we're going to talk about now today, Sean Martinborough, is in that trailer. I see Greg Burnham, I see David Crownson's work featured in there. We saw Newton, we saw I'm having brain freeze. Sebastian from Stranger Comics. Larry Stroman.
Yep, Larry Stroman, Todd Johnson.
Yeah. So it's something that I'm excited to see, come to life, because it's highlighting, especially within indie comics. I think that the spotlight is always just mainly given to like mainstream when we have this discussion about kind of Black creators and their contributions. But we know specifically like there are a large assortment of brothers and sisters, contributing to indie comic books. So I'm very hyped for that, and definitely also highlighting their contributions to like mainstream too, because Greg is doing excellent work with DC Comics in addition to his indie work. So all around, I'm excited about this, and I think there's a Kickstarter that will launch on July 25th of this year. So
okay, I didn't realize that was going to be happening. Oh, okay, good. Oh,
yeah.
I'm going to highlight that then.
Yeah, July 25th. But definitely go and check out the trailer. The creator is DJ Big Phil. That's who I'm seeing is the directing or overseeing this, and worth definitely checking out and looking more into. So keep an eye out for the documentary.
No, that's outstanding. Yeah, this is my first time actually seeing it, and seeing people who I've spoken to, people who I've seen at events, people who I've had on shows. And people who I've read their comics. I've bought them either from them or I've brought them on their website, digital comics, read them, I've read them on the train to New York to a show that I'm going to see them there, and I've got their comic in my bag so they can sign it, things like that. So, and you're right. I do love seeing this where it focuses on these Black creators and what they have contributed, like you're saying, to the mainstream, but also what they've contributed to us and for us and by us.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's always great to see that. And I hope this is just one of more that we'll see, where it focuses on different aspects of Black geek culture and Black comics culture. because it's a huge culture that that they don't really show you or see him unless it's for one of those big books, those Superman books, Spider-Man books, what have you. It's a huge thing out there. It's a huge collection of people, no pun intended. And I'm excited to see this whole thing and to even ask people about like how they felt about being in it. So this is awesome.
Yeah, definitely one that's worth checking out.
Yeah, definitely. So something else that's worth checking out is Covenant Volume 1 debuts in print. Now, excuse me, if you're a fan of Webtoons, which I've read some Webtoon stuff and I love it, but there's so much in there and they've got such a huge roster of things. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything. But there was a comic that I was alerted to on Instagram. I can't even remember how I found out about it. And it's by Explode Kid. I love that name, by the way. Where it's a comic called Covenant. And Covenant just looks, first off, they've got really great merch, which you know I love. This is a comic that kind of goes across genres. This is the Webtoons page right here. And this is about an exorcist named Ezra, who is a powerful exorcist. I'll read the description right off the bat. Ezra, a powerful exorcist with no faith in God, is tasked to protect a seemingly normal human from rising demonic forces. With his church under scrutiny and the threat of war on the horizon, will Ezra find his conviction in time, or will Sonny suffer the consequences? Wow. I love the look of this. First off, if you saw the art, I mean, the art just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything here. I love that kind of art where I'm trying to remember the name of the art. There's an artist where I remember reading years ago, there was an image book that had art similar to this. And it just always hit me, but it's beautiful. So it's volume 1. It's available obviously on Webtoons, also available in print, and I believe it's in print through Oni, which I Press, which I love seeing. I love seeing these companies going with Webtoons and saying, hey, we want to do this book. The biggest one we've seen so far is Lore Olympus.
Yeah, that's every time.
You know what I mean?
Every time you go to the bookstore, Lore Olympus
on that end cap
on the shelf,
on that end cap. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So, and the fact that we live in different states, we live in like different like hemispheres of the country. At one time, our regions of the country were at war. You know what I mean? That's like, I don't know how. That's like the only way I know how to say it. Like that's how far apart we are as far as that. I hate to use that example, but I mean, to see that we both know that there's that end cap with Lore Olympus on it. It's been there since Olympus was actually around and the gods. You know, so to have that, because Webtoons is a huge thing as far as like distributing digital comics and such like that. So for to be able to have your book come out and for it to be to hit like this, and I mean, just look at some of the artwork on these are beautiful. There's also a LGBTQ link for this where two of the priests actually become very attracted to each other and drawn to each other, and there's, I believe, a love affair there. But between you're getting that, you're getting this action, you're getting this really just the art is ridiculous. Definitely buying some pins or some keychains or something. Honestly, I love that. And this is from Lysandra, I want to say is their name. I'm going to show their Instagram here. And it was really cool to see like them going to bookstores and having the book launch. I love seeing that as well.
That's awesome.
Seeing someone who is their book is out there and they're in the bookstore, Barnes Noble or whatever bookstore, and they're doing signings. That elation, just seeing your name and saying, you'll be there, Saturday, May 10th at 2 p.m. I think that's beautiful things. Awesome. Congratulations to them. I will definitely be reading this because it looks really cool, and hopefully maybe you'll be at New York Comic Con this year along with myself, possibly. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Yeah, the artwork looks beautiful. So I'll definitely be checking this out. Yeah,
it's definitely one of those things I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want to check that out because it just looks really great, and I love that. But you know what else I love? I love when you have picks, and when I find out what you're reading is always cool. And what did you want to talk about this particular day?
So there was a comic book series DC is publishing called Red Hood the Hill, and though Red Hood is the title. he's in the title. It's all about the Red Hood. It's less about him and more about the citizens of a suburb or borough of Gotham City, led by a character by the name of Strike. And it's a team of citizen vigilantes who decide to keep their area of the hill clean or clear of the criminal element that pops off, that kind of increases during the Joker War. And the leader of the group is her name is Dana Harlow, and her name is Strike. And it's kind of like a ragtag group of, like I said, citizen vigilantes who receive training on how to fight and push back, and they keep their area clean, clear. So the series picks up after that, and as a result of their actions, there are complications that are taking place in the Hill, and that's why you see Jason Todd come into the mix. He's friends with Dana, and shenanigans ensue. So there's a lot that I don't want to reveal, but for me, this is the type of like street level superhero storytelling that I love to see from when we are speaking about Gotham City. I love the over the top theatrics of like the colorful villains, and we get a couple of them here, at least like shades of them, but focusing more on how the people of Gotham City, or at least a part of Gotham City, are affected by that insanity and the gang violence is something that was very interesting to me. When as I've gone ahead and started to read this, or at least have been reading it, it reminds me tone wise of Batman and the Outsiders. Brian Edward Hill's run, and I think it's Dexter Soy or Mr. Soy. He's the artist on that one, and then the We Are Robins. That series. Yeah, so it's like if you're a fan of those two, I definitely recommend, and there are probably others that people could suggest that are comparable to this, or at least like vibe wise, but this is one. Those two are ones that came to mind as I have been reading this. Sean Martinborough is a talented author, actually our author, writer, artist, but he's a writer on the series. And as far as like the art team, it's been a mix of Sanford Green and Moritat and Tony and Atkins, on the pencils. And I think the colorist has been Matt Herms, and it looks like he's been the colorist throughout the series. But Sean and Sanford cook, on whatever they are, whatever they do. Sanford on, with something as big as like Bitterroot, that series. Sean has done, I know he's done stuff for DC. I'm trying to think of, there's one thing, I have a series like on the tip of my tongue, but Sean Martinborough is a talented writer, and it shows in the series. And one of the things that I love is just seeing Black people or people of color, depicted in this universe. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, look at the goatee, just like look at the hair. Yeah. And it's just a wide variety of like people from different backgrounds, and wanting to keep their area safe, but it gets complicated. So the action flows very well. I'm loving the story. Dialogue is on point, representation off the charts, and it's definitely a series I recommend that people go and check out. So
that's the two books that you picked out are the representation, or I guess are in the same wavelength as this. I read issue 0 of Red Hood and the Hill and really enjoyed it. Sean, I'm a fan of. Sanford, I'm a fan of. As Sanford, Bitterroot is just one of those books I was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
It was just something so different. You can definitely feel this page in particular that I'm showing right now. You can feel when something is culturally right.
Yep.
When you look at a scene, and like when you're looking at the scene on the right page, you're looking at a scene and you go, I've been in restaurants and such where, or at somebody's house where it looks like that. You have black people with different facial hair, different hairstyles, different types of dress. It's not always the same thing. And I don't think I saw one bald head in there.
No, it's
which was one that was heavily used at a certain point.
It's funny you mention that because one of the main bad guys or one of the main antagonists is bald.
I think it was this cat back here. Yeah, the
cat, yeah. But you see so many different hair types and textures. That's what I'm saying. That like, we can have one bald brother.
Yeah, just one, and it's almost like oh well, you know, we got to have the one for like statistically, like we have to have the one, or it's almost like we have to have the one just as even like a throwaway joke. But like you were saying, like look at this cat's goatee, the gold chain, even too. Yeah, like it feels authentic. Like it feels right. It's not like somebody just was watching like, oh, you know what, I got, like, you know, my free 7-day trial of BET Plus, and I was just watching stuff, and I saw all these different people in there. Like this is like, these are scenes that like I could go to, let's say like the Schaumburg Black Comic Book Festival, and I would go in, and it would be a scene like this. So I love seeing that where there's different types of attire, different styles, different hair, different textured hair, different facial hair, different everything is there. Because when you walk into the Schaumburg, it's a plethora of, there's no monolith there, except the fact that we love comic book stuff. There's no monolith of black behavior, black style, or there's no black monolith there. There's so many different things. So I love that. And I love the way Sanford sets tones with lighting in scenes even too.
Yeah,
it just hits.
It just like, even at the second panel on that on the second page, like the blues.
Yes,
it has this kind of like what blue. It feels kind of like a kind of a somber, kind of chill type of mood, and I like that. And even with the other page, you know, with I think it's Dana is. She's the one at the sink, you know, or at least in the last panel, and you see her mask, but like right above that is her sister. Her sister is a TV journalist, and I'm having a brain freeze for her name, but like you were talking about the differences in hairstyle and even how they look, you know, that's a diversity that I always like, you know, put into my books, you know, with whoever is being represented. It's hitting pretty well. You know, the series is hitting pretty well for me, and I like that. You know, this is we're getting a mini series out of this. You know, rather than I don't want this as a one shot. Yeah, I want this story to breathe, and part of that I want it to breathe, but also I'm greedy in that I want to just read excellent stories like this, you know, by creators that I respect and, you know, love their work. So I'm hoping that, you know, this team can work on something else. But for now, this has been a solid miniseries, or maybe it's an ongoing. I don't know, but it's been a solid series so far.
I was actually going to ask you if it was an ongoing or a what do they call it? They call it not a miniseries, but they call it, I think they started calling like a limited series.
Limited series, yeah.
And if it's one of the 12-issue ones where it's all year, they call it a maxi series, I believe. Which I like that terminology, because I don't, miniseries does kind of diminish it in a way, but if you go, oh, it's a limited series, I kind of like it. What I'm hoping is if this is a limited series and it's only say 5 or 6 issues. Since it started with 0, that would be 6 issues would be, well, no, 0 was like a reprint. So if they do like the 5 or 6 issues for like a trade, or even if they do it all year round, I hope that, like you're saying, it does breathe. And then maybe we get the team to come back and there's just a series about the Hill itself, and not having to incorporate. I understand bringing someone in like Red Hood, so it'll bring casuals and people who know Gotham and who know black characters in. But I hope that it does do something like that. Or if they don't get that, they get another chance to write another team or such, what have you, that is there. But I like the way this works. Like I said, both are incredible creative team they have going on. Book is awesome. I'm liking it, so I actually want to continue reading it because I read up to issue 1 and I dug it. So and the way you're describing it just makes it hit a little bit more for me. So
yeah,
awesome.
Definitely worth adding to the pull list, or picking up whenever you can.
Definitely. So thank you very much, Robert, for the recommendation and for letting us know about Collections and Black, which is a trailer. I'll be having the links in the episode description for you so you can catch all the amazing things like Covenant. You can go check out the Glyph Award winners when they have updated the website. You can go check out the Eisner Award nominees. Folks, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to bring you as much as I can with the incredible people that I have to my right, left. Yeah, left. My left, your right. It doesn't matter, folks. You know what it is, all right? Y'all have a very good day. Enjoy the rest of it. I will see you next time around. You have a good one. Peace.
Have a good one.